This isn't random. You set something down for just a second, you turn away, and when you look back, it's gone. Your dog is across the room, calm, holding it like nothing unusual happened. Sometimes it's food, sometimes it's your hoodie, quietly moved to their bed, and sometimes your dog picks something up, looks straight at you, and waits. It all feels like the same thing, a bad habit. But it's not. What looks like one behavior is actually several completely different processes happening inside your dog's brain. And once you understand them, you stop seeing your dog as naughty and start seeing something much more interesting. The comfort signal. Why they take your clothing. When your dog takes your clothing and doesn't destroy it, it's not stealing. It's self-soothing. Brain studies show that when dogs smell someone familiar, their reward system activates strongly, sometimes even more than when they see food. Your scent isn't just recognizable, it's emotionally powerful. Dogs also experience smell far more intensely than we do. Their brain is heavily built for it, which means your scent carries detailed information about your presence, your state, even your routine. There's something even more surprising. Your scent can actually calm your dog's body. It lowers stress responses and helps regulate their nervous system. So when your dog takes your hoodie and lies on it, it's not taking your things, it's choosing comfort. Target the attention loop, the game you didn't notice. Now think about the dog that grabs something and stares at you. That's not instinct, that's learned behavior. At some point, your dog discovered that picking certain things makes you react. You move, you speak differently, you focus completely on them. And that reaction becomes the reward. Here's the part most people miss. Because your responses are inconsistent, sometimes chasing, sometimes ignoring, it creates a powerful reinforcement loop. Unpredictable rewards are the strongest type of reinforcement. It's the same principle used in gambling systems. So your dog keeps repeating the behavior, not for the object, but for you. What looks like stealing is actually your dog starting a game. The surprising truth. They know when you're watching. Food stealing reveals something even more advanced. Studies show dogs are more likely to take food when they believe a human can't see them. Not when food is easier to reach, but when they think they're not being observed. That means your dog is not just reacting, it's evaluating your awareness. This ability, called perspective taking, means your dog is building a simple model of what you can and cannot see. And here's what makes this even more interesting. Dogs are extremely sensitive to human eye direction and body position. Over thousands of years, they've become experts at reading us. So when your dog waits until you leave the room before taking something, it's not luck, it's a decision. The instinct drive. Behavior that was built in. Some dogs don't just take things occasionally, they carry everything. This behavior comes from inherited patterns developed long before your dog was born. Certain breeds were shaped to grab and carry objects repeatedly without damaging them. So when your dog walks around holding your shoe, it's not confusion, it's expression. Another detail most people don't notice, dogs remember where interesting objects are. They often return to the same locations where they found something rewarding before. So what feels random is often structured and repeated behavior driven by instinct. Calm versus destructive, a critical difference. Not all stealing behavior means the same thing. A dog lying calmly on your clothing is in a relaxed, low-energy state. But a dog tearing things apart is in a high-energy state, often driven by frustration, boredom, or stress. These are completely different signals. One is comfort, the other is release, and treating them the same way leads to the wrong response. Novelty. Why your stuff wins. There's a simple reason your dog chooses your belongings over its toys. New things are more interesting. Dogs, like humans, are drawn to novelty. New objects activate curiosity and reward systems in the brain. So your shoe isn't special, it's just different. And if your dog doesn't get enough variation or stimulation, your everyday items become the most engaging option available. The phase. Why it feels constant. If your dog is young, this behavior can feel non-stop. That's because during adolescence, impulse control is still developing while curiosity is at its peak. So this creates a temporary imbalance, high drive, low control. So what feels like disobedience is often development. And in most cases, it stabilizes with time and consistency. When it's not normal. There is a point where this behavior becomes something else. If your dog is repeatedly swallowing non-food objects or the behavior is increasing, that can be linked to anxiety or even underlying medical conditions. At that point, it's not just behavior anymore. It's something that needs attention. Final close. Your dog isn't being difficult. It's responding to signals, comfort, attention, instinct, curiosity, or stress, using the only tools it has. Every behavior has a reason. Every action follows a pattern. And once you start seeing those patterns, what once felt frustrating starts to make sense. Target. If you want to understand more hidden patterns behind behavior and psychology, subscribe for more. Because what looks random usually isn't.